This one is of Motherson Sumi. We have Mr. Vivek Chaand Sehgal, who's the chairman of Motherson Sumi Systems, joining us on the show. Good morning, Mr. Sehgal. Thank you so much for joining us on ET Now. Let me first begin by asking you a statement that you had mentioned in the press release that the best is yet to come. So can I say now for sure that the worst is behind us in terms of various challenges on demand as well as supply front for your company?
The statement was being made, best is yet to come, is because we were starting the new chapter in Motherson's history. And yes, immediately there are challenges which are there, but by and large, we are seeing month-on-month improvement. Things are getting better, but not as much as one would like. But under the circumstances, yeah, we are very happy. It's improving.
It's improving, but could you give us a sense compared to pre-COVID levels where the demand stands right now? Have you reached pre-COVID levels? Are you happy with the scenario right now?
Supply chain issues are a big challenge, but I think the demand is way more robust than what it was even pre-COVID levels. So I think people have understood the meaning of a private vehicle or private transportation, and the demand is very strong, but we have challenges coming in logistics, raw materials. I mean, you name it, every single challenge that you can imagine is there. The raw material supplies, copper, things like that are all a big challenge at the moment. On top of that, the oil is at the top level, it's almost $95 a barrel. So all those particular things put together, it makes a very interesting combination. The demand is very strong, but the supply constraints are there.
Right, Mr. Sehgal. You said that the demerger will be EPS accretive. What was the experience in Q3, and as well as if you could tell us what's the outlook? Anything that you've noticed has changed in that particular front for your company?
No, I think this merger has been very, very timely, very good. And more importantly, it has been, we said it is going to be accretive in the first year. Well, actually in the first quarter itself, it's already positive by almost 9%. So definitely it's very, very good news. And we thank all our shareholders for having their trust on us.
Yeah, Mr. Sehgal, the margins for both the companies are holding steady, and this in the context of rising costs across the board. Could you help us with whether or not that is something that will hold true going forward as well? Give us a guidance on margins as well as PAT?
No, definitely you're going to see improvement. But, everything is dependent upon a lot of moving parts. So you have oil as one, you have chips as another, logistics as another. There's tremendous amount of shortages of workforce and things like that almost globally. It's happening. And also the increase of wages and things like that. It's all a lot of moving parts are there globally. But I think it'll settle down in the next 6 months or something like that. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting way to go ahead.
Mr. Sehgal, let's talk about the debt situation. You've always spoken about how you intend to reduce it, but because of the working capital needs, you still have quite a lot of debt on your book. I know the intention is still there to reduce it, but can you help us with any target on how much you want to reduce the debt level?
So it is as much as we want, but as far as we are concerned, we would like to go towards zero. But we have also very interesting opportunities in the acquisitions. And barring that, we don't like our debt to be sitting on our books because it's not very conducive to ROCE, the calculation of ROCE. So we have a lot of opportunities to bring those particular funds whenever we need them. And till that time, we return back to the shareholders and keep returning back to the banks so that we operate a very conservative way on our debt. But the debt has not gone up. There are a lot of small adjustments here and there. And yes, we are keeping a higher inventory, and that's the order of the day. So we are not trying to run very lean at this particular moment.
Mr. Sehgal, electrification, or rather electric mobility, is the theme that everyone's talking about, and clearly your EV order book is building as well. But could you give us a sense of the geographical mix, the client mix? How does it stand right now, and what is the outlook in this specific business?
I think EV, we have given a mention, has actually gone to 3.7% of our order book, so which is a huge increase of almost 20%. So yeah, EV, as the car world starts to adopt EV vehicles, you will see that our order book is converting more and more into that, into the EV vehicle business. And we think we are at the right place at the right time. We have always maintained that we are agnostic to the engine, but as the electric vehicle changes, the content in the car goes up, and thereby our revenues and also the bottom line goes up.
Right, Mr. Sehgal, and lastly, now that the demerger is done, what's next for your company? You have been open to acquisitions. Your company has done a couple of acquisitions. So are you looking at anything new at this point in time? And also, could you tell us what's the sense for 2022 for your particular company? What should we look out for?
Definitely, I can assure you the news is very, very promising on the acquisition front. And at the moment we are in the final negotiations and all that are done, we will make sure that all your viewers will hear from you that we have acquired certain companies. And we are at the moment inundated by the response from our customers who are asking us to take over certain companies. And I think it should be round the corner.
We'll hold you to that, Mr. Sehgal. Thank you so much for joining us, for taking the time. Wish you all the best.